I've been asked in several different instances, hey, if you're so slim and eat healthy, why do you tend to get sick so much? Or why do you suffer from aches and pains? It makes no sense. The answer to your question is this. We are all human beings. There are different stages in our lives where we experience different things. Everyone's health is not perfect. Again, we all experience some type of health issue in some type of way, because the body is filled with living microorganisms, and not just only with the living microorganisms, which are bacteria, fungi, plus other stuff, but also viruses plus other stuff. But also there's the external factor as well. You know, the way that our overall health gets, how can I say, interrupted is it's something that occurs throughout all of our senses. It's all about the environment that we're in, okay? You know, the people that are surrounded, that surrounds us. It's all about what it is that we're constantly feeding ourselves, mentally, which is visuals. What we tend to also breathe in, how we administer our oxygen levels, okay? Another thing is what we consume, the things that we choose to taste, and the things that we choose to listen to. And the thing is, all of that contributes to an imbalance, within. It creates an imbalance within. But the thing is, those are external factors. But what causes a lot of those imbalances further on is us. It's actually us as individuals. So it's like, for example, when we come into this onto this world, okay, we're being taken care of by our parents. So now that's an external force, that is helping us to be nurtured and taken care of on a whole, okay? Because we can't fend for ourselves in the beginning stages of our lives. We're children. So whatever happens to us in our overall health also is determined by that external source. We have no control over that, okay? But when we get to a certain age now in our life, we have control over our lives. So once we go through and the thing is, sometimes it's not, I can't say, oh, it's 100% our parents or caretakers' fault, the reason why we're so unhealthy. No, there are people that are just born with genetic health issues. That's something that it's just, some people are just born with, it's just the truth. And then there's the ones that, experience a lot of health issues, in the external world, and it's through what they consume. And also what they're surrounded by, the things that they do, activities, so on and so forth. So, but the thing is, it gets to the point now that when you're older, you cannot continue on. You cannot blame. Okay, the truth is, it's not continue. You cannot blame now your parents for the past. They did the best that they could. This is just the truth. They did the best they absolutely could, because it's what they knew. And that's the truth. That's something I had to accept for myself. I'm like, man, I was super unhealthy growing up. The things that I consumed, despite coming from an island background. My parents are from the Dominican Republic, right? Even though my mom made food at home, right? Cooking rice, beans, chicken, whatever, beef, and then the salads on the side. But the thing is, that's not enough fiber intake. Genetically, us as human beings, we're supposed to be consuming a lot of fiber-rich foods, especially, I will say, things that I've learned, especially about people of ethnic groups, we're, islanders, are meant to eat more fruits, more vegetables, but more fruits, to be honest with you. Just fruits is that's the life force. That's where it's at for us. And then there's again, it all depends also on your microbiome, because now everybody has according to their blood type and their gut, there's specific foods that you can actually consume, and there's foods that you cannot. Period. For me, it's been a journey of trying to understand myself on a whole, and it's not perfect. This is a journey. We all live and we learn. I am living. I am learning. And there are different levels to all of this, and the thing is, as much as we want, it's just depending on the individual, and as much as information you choose to consume, especially the right sources of information to improve your current situation for a better outcome. That is all determined also by you. But let's say, nothing is perfect. There's people that try, they try their best to be healthy and consume the right foods. And just sometimes there's like that one piece of information that we just tend to miss out on, which, gets to the point that is like, man, I wish I knew this, then. But it is, unfortunately, when you're in a certain situation, there's time when we use the word, it is what it is, but in the moment here now, whatever happened in the past, it is what it is. All you can do is focus on the present moment, so you can be able to move forward and improve upon your current circumstances. Period. And instead of complaining all the time about, other people, or making, other people or your current situation, just take action. That's the best thing you can actually do. You want to improve your overall health? Start now. Don't start, tomorrow, in a week, whatever, next month, whatever it is, whatever holiday. That's not how it works. Everything starts now, period. And that's something I've learned to understand over the years, especially when I first started on my weight loss journey, and understanding that there are different levels to consuming the right foods and doing the proper exercises in order for you to lose weight the healthy way, and learning to understand how what to consume and when to consume it. That's like another thing, because we were not taught a lot of these things. It's like, for me, I've experienced, like I said, I was obese at one point in my life. I had a lot of health issues, I was obese, pre-diabetic. I had lymphatic issues, because I would get pain in my body and swelling in different areas. I had a cyst on my ovary, so that's like an imbalance in my reproductive system. I had asthma at one point, poor, proper, I wasn't receiving the proper circulation into my lungs like I should have, and at a young age especially. Also experiencing the high cholesterol that come with being obese, that was creating also a mixture of imbalances also in my arterial health, because the visceral fats and calcification throughout the body. It's so many things all at once that's going on in there when you're obese, and along the way, of course, experiencing inflammation throughout the body because of the inflammatory foods that I used to consume when I was younger. And oh man, there's many more things. Of course, the weight contributed to back issues as well. That was another thing. Also falling, certain injuries can also cause a lot of health issues as well, because there's imbalances within the body due to the pressure or the injury, the damage that could have damaged or just damaged a specific tissue of some sort. There's just so many things that factor into one's overall health. Honestly, it's like which can mess around with your kidney health, your liver health, your pancreas health, your heart health, and all of these are actual circulation issues, you know. And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize this. It's like if you have poor circulation in your body, forget about it. You're not going to be healthy. You're not. So that's why it's important to be mindful what it is that you're consuming on a whole. But what you eat, 80% of our health is determined by from 100%, 80% of our health is determined by what we eat, and 20% is fitness. Okay, 95% of health issues stems from the gut, and 5% is genetics. And it's important to be mindful of these things on a whole. So let's say if you want to make a change, you want to lose weight, you want to improve upon your health, do it today. There's people that say, but what's the point of eating healthy? Because people that eat healthy, I've known people for so many years that have been eating healthy and they be dying and stuff. Hey, again, there's certain things, even when you eat healthy, doesn't mean that you're properly detoxifying your kidneys, your liver, your body on a whole, to be honest with you. And that's what causes a lot of these health issues, and unfortunately people passing away. Also, the way the toxins that you're supposed to expel from your body, that's another thing. If you're not properly disposing of those toxins from within your body, that's another thing that creates an imbalance within your body itself. So there's so many things that can factor into one's health, for it to be optimal, and or for our health to be also non-optimal. It just depends on our choices that we make in our lives. Personally, for me, it's like there was a point that I was like super extremist with not wanting to go to the doctor, because not trusting the doctor. Because don't get me wrong, throughout the years, they left a bad taste in my mouth when I was younger. So I started to take matters on my own hand. But then I learned to understand that Western medicine can actually help me in a way of me learning to, basically me getting my blood work done and finding out test results, so I can be able to use Eastern medicine to properly heal myself. And it's like it's finding out a balance in how you can heal yourself, and it takes time. And the thing is, knowledge is something you have to cultivate. You really have to take the time to learn these things in order for you to reap the rewards. So it's you reap what you sow. That's basically what that is. So if you want to, if you are that, well, basically that's it. And that's the answer to many people's questions. Why people are, get, sick, even if they're, look, in good shape and, eat healthy, is because, again, we're human beings. No one is perfect, and there's different levels to all of this. And you don't know what the person has gone through in their life, which is the reason why their health plundered in some type of way. Or, and the thing is, even let's say if there's people, there's so many different variations. There's people that have really like non-optimal health, and their health optimizes. It's also the mind, the power of the mind, and it's very important to be mindful of those things. You can make the change that you want in your life. If you want to feel it, you want to experience, you want to see it, you have to do it for yourself, period.